Hey guys, welcome back. I'm a little upset. The first part of this video where I did this, showed you guys how I did that. I was uploading it to my computer and somehow the file got corrupt and now I can't open it. So I guess I'm going to have to explain how I did it, which I ended up redoing the whole thing anyway because remember, well, you can't remember because you can't see the beginning of that video. Originally, when I did this, I put UV resin down as my first layer of clear. And then I cut out a circle from paper, and then I put it down and I used acrylic paint of 4 different colors. You guys, I'm having a horrible day. So now I get to explain myself all over again because I think this solar eclipse is messing with my technology. So what I was saying is that I used 4 different colors and cut out a circle out of cardstock, and you can see I have 2 of them here. This was the first one I did, but I put double-sided sticky tape on it, and when I went to pull it off, the sticky stayed on there, and I can't get it off. Alcohol won't take it off, nothing will take it off, so had to scrap that one. So this one, I just placed it on there, did not use sticky tape, and held it on there with my finger and did my solar flare. So I can't even remember what I've told you. The UV resin on the first round did not work because it shrunk, and so when I poured the clear coat on top of the UV resin, it went underneath. So I had to scrap the whole thing and use clear resin, regular resin, 1-to-1 resin, and start the whole project over. So this is where I'm at right now. This is done. This is ready for a black coat. And I was watching somebody's video in Arkansas today on their eclipse, because our eclipse, it didn't even get dark here at all, period. But in Arkansas, it got completely black. So when it did, the person videoing said, "Oh, we can see the stars." And so, because remember, well, you don't, I said earlier in the other video that got ruined, was that I didn't know if you could see the stars. And because I've never seen a solar eclipse before, so I couldn't tell you. Well, they said they could see the stars. So I'm going to go ahead and add the marabu to the black resin. So I'm going to mix up my resin, get the marabu in it, get it on top of this, get this cured, and get it out of here because I want to get this posted tonight, because today obviously is the solar eclipse day. So, oh, whew. What a day, what a day. I'll be right back. Okay. Getting this mixed up here. I mixed up too much, but you see the sparkle in there? Alrighty. I mean, this isn't going to be like an exact solar eclipse because the sky is obviously still blue, but all right, I think that's domed. And I use the Cast and Craft black for my black. I didn't feel like messing with mica powder tonight. All right, we'll be back when this is cured. And hope I'm not touching any videos until I'm done. All right, guys, we'll be back when this is ready. Bye. Okay, we're back. Are we ready to see a solar eclipse? Okay, let's see a solar eclipse. Let's see if this worked. By the way, this mold came from Temu. I was very disappointed when I got it because if you notice, none of these are the same size. They're all different sizes. Trying to get these out of here is like craziness. I think I've used this mold one time because I was so angry with the fact that it was gosh sakes. Looks like we got it's stuck. Thank goodness I don't like this mold. It definitely got stuck. Cheap, 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 cheap. Goodness sakes. And I didn't even use heat on it. If that tells you anything. It's just a cheap mold. Put my glasses on, for goodness sakes, before I cut my finger off. This is a side that resin went over the edge, but for goodness sakes, it shouldn't have bonded to the mold. This will be my play around mold now. Look at that. I've never even used this mold. And I didn't even put heat on it. Oh boy. Good grief. Wowza, look at that. It just bonded right to it. Jeez. Huh. Interesting. Huh. I mean, the resin overflowed just a little tiny bit on that side, but that's it. Interesting. Okay, well, guess what? Solar eclipse. What do you think about my solar eclipse? It's a little off-centered, but it's kind of hard to get those centered when you don't really know the... A little bit of paint there. Of course, now my molds, or my thing's scratched because I hit it on the way out. What do you think of my solar eclipse? It's pretty cool, huh? Yeah. That looks pretty cool. Looks like a solar eclipse to me. Huh. That's neat. I think the mold's supposed to go like this direction. So, has stars and everything. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Not bad for just a thought off my top of my head. Now this over here was, see, I didn't even use heat on these, and look, it bonded to this one too. That's craziness. First time I've used this mold. This mold just came, look, it even bonded on the bottom. How does that even happen? That's wild. I mean, granted, this mold was only like a couple bucks, but still. And when I first ordered it, I thought it was different molds. It's one of those deals where, you know, I didn't pay attention to the description. Huh. I mean, it is real flimsy mold. But it's trash now. Craziness. It just bonded right to that. Huh. Oh well. And then see, this one has that sticky tape and I can't get it off. It wouldn't even come off with alcohol. But that's how, and when I went back and looked at the video before it cut me off, originally I had put UV resin down, and was going to use that as my first layer of clear. And well, when I put it under the heat lamp, it bubbled. It bubbled on me. And then the first one did. So then I did it again with UV resin, and it was fine, perfect. And so then I didn't pay attention in my, see, this is even adhered to it. It's just stuck to it. Anyway, when I did my second one, didn't even pay attention, put my circle on, did my solar flare, everything, and mixed up my clear resin to go on top of it. Didn't even pay attention, but the UV resin had shrunk back a lot. And as soon as I poured that clear resin on there, it all went underneath. So I had to scrap that whole thing, and I ended up throwing it away because it was covered in resin. And so then that's when I mixed up 1-to-1 resin and put the clear down, let it cure, and then I put the solar flare on top of these two and went from there, which you'll hear that in the first part of the video, of this new video. And so, but anyway, so today wasn't a good day for videoing, obviously. Wow, that just connected all the way around that. All the way around to that. Oh well. Well, there's my contribution to the solar eclipse. I hope it looks like a solar eclipse and it doesn't look like a sunflower. But I thought it looked pretty cool. So yeah, there's my solar eclipse. All right, guys. I don't know. Tell me what you think, if it looks like a solar eclipse. All right. Move on to the next video. It was just a play around thing. All right, guys. See you in the next video. Bye.